Hello! Welcome to the Colourful Creativity Podcast. This is episode 26 and my name is Carolien. You can find me online as Carolien. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Ravelry, actually like everywhere it's Carolien. There is a blog with show notes for this podcast, which is blog.carolien.nl. I have an Etsy shop, carolien.etsy.com or colourfulcreativity.nl. And of course there's a Ravelry group for this podcast and my yarn, which is the Colourful Creativity group. You can find it in the group section in Ravelry if you type in colourful with OURFUL and then creativity, you can find the group. So that was remembered this time. Welcome, of course, everyone. New viewers, very happy you're checking me out. If you like it here, please subscribe down here. You can get the next episode automatically. And of course, all the returning viewers who really like it here apparently, thank you for coming back and spending some time of your day with me. So, episode 26. That means that's almost a year of podcasting. I am so amazed. First, I still remember the first episode like it was last month. And being so nervous and thinking, no, I'm not going to post it. I will record it, and feeling so silly talking to the camera and everything. And yeah, we're almost a year further. This is the lovely Binx. I don't know how he manages it. Every time I start, he probably hears me talking to myself and thinks, oh, I have to cuddle her. Let me save my glass of water before he thinks it's his water. And he's just walking around me now. So yes, a year almost. Next one will be like really a year. And just amazing. I really don't understand how I did it. I really can't imagine that it happened. But we're here. And that means there's gonna be a big celebration. And I will be showing you all the prizes you can win this time. And I will give them away next time. So, what do you want? Oh, kisses. Uh-oh, on camera. This is embarrassing, things. This is embarrassing. Oh, now booby meeting. Oh, yes. Yes. Life is hard for a cat. So, well, I will just start with my finished object first before Binx really makes sure you can't see it's blocked. Here it is. The test knit I did for Sarah with Yarn Poetry online, on Ravelry and on Instagram. And you can see it's a wide and not too high shawl with a lace edge, which is really pretty, and a picot bind off. And I knit this in Colourful Soft Sock. That was it, in the colorway Mint Chip, which is really lovely. I fell in love with the yarn and I thought, I can't put this in my Etsy shop. I really just need to keep this. So yeah, it's a really beautiful shawl, but there was a slight issue with my knitting. I really knit very tight apparently, and that means that this shawl, which is knit after the adult sized version, is actually the child size how it turned out. So I don't mind. Let's see, Mr. Binx wants his water straight from my glass instead of his own bowl. I really don't mind, because you saw me wearing it and it's okay. It may be a bit short because this flaps over. It always does with me, but I don't mind. And I can just wear it when it's like the weather is now. In the morning it's just a bit chilly and you can wrap this around, and it's so small you can put it in your bag or your purse or anything, and that's totally fine. And it's so nice and soft. For sock yarn, this is just perfect for shawls and everything else. It's 80% merino and 20% nylon, so nice and sturdy, but still so soft. So the pattern didn't come out yet, but will be soon, I think, because there were more testers and I heard some of them were ready. And yeah, thank you for letting me test it, because it was lovely. I finished this really quickly actually, so if you want to do a shawl with a quick in-between project or something, or try some lace, which is really pretty and not that hard, it's a really good pattern. So there's no name yet, so yeah, you have to wait until I can tell you what the name is and everything. But that's finished, and now the Binx left me alone, so oh well. Yeah, I guess we will just do a regular episode, so finished object, work in progress, a little spinning, some acquisitions, and then I will show you all the prizes for the podiversary giveaway. So keeping the suspense in a little bit. There is a lot. I can show you how much there is. This bag is filled with prizes. The bag itself is a prize as well. So oh, here we are again. You don't want to miss a thing, right? So my first work in progress that I'm going to show you is in my knit and stitch bits bag, and yes, it's already unzipped. I have been working on my crazy rainbow socks, just a little, like the dark, and now starting to get to the pink. No, you cannot eat my yarn, you silly puss. And I'm knitting this from a sock blank, which I dyed myself in a crazy rainbow pattern. And as you can see, there's 2 threads from it. So I knit this with 2 strands, or actually my husband knit these with 2 strands, and then I can easily knit 2 socks almost the same at the same time. I am knitting these on 2.25mm high sharp needles, which means they are 1 size smaller than my regular sock needles, because I thought the fabric was too loose, probably because of the kinks in the yarn, and I'm pretty sure after blocking or washing these that will be fine. And I'm approaching the point that I have to start to heel. I think I have to do 2 more inches or so. So I'm not sure when that will happen, if it will be in the next 2 weeks, but I have so many other projects to work on at the moment. The good thing is there's no real I have to finish this before then project, which makes me really happy. Oh, the pattern, by the way, is just a plain vanilla. Just some simple sock knitting. Right, second one. Where is it? Here it is. In my fondant fiber handmade by Deb bag is something pretty. It is my dotted race shawl. Let me get that needle out before I lose my stitches. Here, this is the front. You can see I did this bit, and I have a color change also. Maybe you can see it. Here's a bit more darker. Here's it's getting a bit more orangey, but it will take a while before you really see that. The wedges are getting longer, so this takes its time. Even though it feels like I only did like this, there are getting more and more stitches on the needle, so It is a lot of work. You really are annoying this morning, you know? You want to be the star of the show, right? Yes, you wanna. So the dotted race is by Stephen West. For those of you who don't know, here you can see it. And it is a lovely pattern. And again, I helped my mom with it. She made a mistake. I tinked everything back for her. It's a good thing I can tink back faster than she can make mistakes. Or actually, she can make mistakes very, very fast, but she knits slower than I can tink. I'm knitting this with Unicut in the rainbow color. Unicut is a unplied it's an unplied 4-ply. And it's 50% acrylic and 50% cotton, which was a struggle in the beginning because there's no stretch in the I-cord, but now it's really, really nice and it feels really soft and it doesn't feel like cotton at all, actually, I think. I am knitting these on high sharp interchangeables, but I have the pink cables, like, I'm not sure if you can see that. They are pink instead of blue, which means these are the miniature cables. I put on the adapter and then I add some 4-inch 3.5mm tips, which is perfect because I really don't like the short tips. But with that adapter in between, that means they are 5-inch. So that's just perfect. Right, next whip. If you think she's flying through, yes, I'm trying, because with all the interruptions from Binx, this might take a while. So, next project in my creations by Kaz bag. If I get a bag, oh, headbutts to the bag, headbutts to the bag. You haven't seen this project in a while, but in here is my peacock eyes cardigan, and it's not the best photo of it. You can see how it should turn out, and here is what I have. You might remember I was after getting the sleeves, the dividing part, and I actually have knit quite a lot on this one. Where is my marker? There it is. I did all this. I have changed to 2 new balls of yarn because the other ones were almost out. So yeah, it's a sizable amount, I think 3 inches that I did, and I have done all the decreases, but I'm only like here just below my boob, which means that I will probably have to do a lot more rows to get there. And that means that I'm not sure if I have enough yarn, which means I have to start the sleeves soonish, nowish, thingish, yes. And I'm not sure if I will do full sleeves or that I will just do short sleeves like this one to be sure to make it, because I have to see how it works out. I started out with the biggest size, but below my bust I'm like 2 sizes smaller for the pattern, and I might just go on with decreasing or do a little extra decreasing. I do want it a bit longer than the pattern. Do not eat my pattern, you silly cat, you have enough food. So yeah, this is something I have to think about, and I'm very happy that my friend Welmoed helps me think about it. And yeah, that makes it easier because I'm new to any garment knitting for myself, and with all the strange sizes and patterns. I am knitting this with Colourful Experiment, which is a experimental base, which was a 100% merino, or actually 95 and 5% stellina. It was overplied, which showed after dyeing, and that's why it's an experiment, and it didn't get into the shop. Knitting these on higher sharp interchangeables, and I think it's 3.25. Let me see. Yeah, the 3.25 millimeter. And I think I will just go for some short cable and then do the sleeve one at a time, maybe two at a time, I'm not sure. I know from the baby cardigans that 2 at a time was a big hassle. I had to untwist everything and get the yarn in between the sleeves, and so maybe that's just not worth it. But I picked up my cardigan again, which is a really good thing, and I am still hoping to finish this before November so I can wear it to the Kiki Puffin Knitpalooza, the knit retreat I'm going to in the UK. So hoping that this will get finished. It's not a hard deadline, but it would be nice to wear a garment. Righty. Next project in a Knit and Stitch Bits bag is, oh wait, where is it? I found out that the cats were having fun on my project bags. I always leave them on the couch. I close them so they won't eat the yarn or the needles. But no, of course not. They now attack my project bags, and there were some tiny holes in it, but I can't find them because I tried to close them. But in this bag is the pair of jelly rolls I'm knitting. And this is a pattern by Mara Catherine Briner. Here you can see my progress. Last time you saw this, I just joined the cuff. I now have a heel with contrast color and a piece of the foot, and also here, when you have all the yarn out of the way, you can see that there is a contrast color, but it doesn't fit me anymore. This is so tight. I tried to knit it loose, but it's still so tight that my toes are getting cold instantly wearing them. You really have a problem today. Or actually, I have that problem today. Yeah, so I'm gonna rip it back and go a size up for my needles and see if that helps. I am knitting this with, it was Robust. Yes, there it is. This is Idena Robust, which is just a 80/20 sock yarn. Nice sturdy stuff. And this is Knit Picks Stroll, hand painted fingering weight, 75/25. And I think it might be a bit thinner because it's 462 yards, but that's okay. I don't notice the difference that much. It's totally fine. And that was project number 4. Project number 5 in the kitty bag is my Trace. And Trace is a pattern by Puck Vossen, which then is for a cowl or a shawl. And as you can see, trace grew a lot. I was here last time and I did all this. There are some new holes in there. There's a new garter ridge in there, and I am almost at a new hole section, which means if I fold it like this, let me see here, like this, I think, yeah, here's the hole section. This will be another garter ridge, and then there will be ribbing. So I am like almost there, 70% or so. The reason I have knit a lot on this is because I took this with me to my volunteer job. I host the yarn or the wool cafe at a house where people who had or have cancer come, and their next of kin can also come, and just for the support, have a cup of coffee and a cup of tea. And yeah, because it was vacation, there were only 3 ladies and they could manage themselves very well, so I had all the time in the world to knit for 2 hours. So yeah, I knit for quite a bit. The yarn I'm using is Bollicus hand painted, and this is Holy inspired. And you can see Bollicus sneezed coming up. I'm sorry. We've had a couple of very nice days, so hay fever is picking up again. And it is a Seidenstraße by Atelier Citron, the same base I dye on, and it's a lovely base, so I'm really thinking of adding some Seidenstraße to my collection too. And this cowl is of course very nice to wear when autumn starts, which will probably be soonish. We've had the most amazing weather this week, and I can't complain. We have painted our house the past few days. Well, hubby and my father-in-law did. My father-in-law did the most because hubby of course had to go to work. My father-in-law already is retired, and which is really silly. I had to think about the word retired, and I thought, was it retired? I should now not say retarded, because my father-in-law is not retarded but retired. I'm sorry, that was just a very silly brainwave. Yeah, and it looks great. We have to do it one more layer, but that can wait a bit. And I saw this weekend will be rainy and next week will be pretty again. So we still have some summer. Yay! I really missed the sunshine this dreadful summer in the Netherlands. Of course, the needles, high sharps, interchangeables, 3.5mm. My favorite needles, high sharp. I would almost say I don't think I own anything else, but I do. Project number 5. And then I cast on something new. Oh dear. I have put this in my yarn bowl made by my mother-in-law, who actually made some more. Oh, sorry. That was a little package and nothing interesting, just some coffee. Yeah, where was I? Here, yarn bowls made by my mother-in-law, and she actually made some new ones because we also take them to Utrecht to Sticks and Cups, which will be great. And I saw the designs. She had some new designs and they look really pretty, and I'm very curious how they will look when they are having their color on, because I only saw them bare. But in here I keep this fluorescent orange yarn, which is a ultra fine merino, actually the same yarn as my exploration station, and this was the first one I dyed, I think. And this yarn is bleeding like crazy because I used too much dye. Just learning with a new color and adding too much dye, even when being very carefully. But hey, I thought I could still use it and make something pretty of it because it's so nice and soft. And in this is actually a 20 rows of twisted rib. And that's all this is yet. But this is becoming a pair of fingerless mittens. I am knitting these in higher sharps 2.5 millimeter. And this will become the Fall in Love mittens by Herbstblad Regina. Or Regina from the Herbstblad Regina podcast. And yeah, I'm looking forward to starting the pattern finally. I love how twisted rib looks. I hate knitting it because it hurts my wrist. But it's fine if I just do a couple of rows, and that's why I put this in the yarn bowl, because that means that it will just be next to me whenever I sit down. I can do a round and then just be done with it again and manage just to get the whole section done. Those were my whips. On to spinning. I'm sorry about the interruptions, but hearing a cat in the litter box is just not what you want to hear on camera, I think. So, I have finished my Falkland, my hand-dyed Falkland I did during the Tour de Fleece. And this is now a 2-ply. You can see maybe. It's colorful. A bit of barber pulling in there sometimes. But it's pretty. But 2 days ago I thought I should finally give this its bath and set it. But I forgot to add the ties. Really? So this was one big mess, and I hope I managed to salvage it. But we will see if we get it wound up in a cake. I'm not sure. It might be a big mess. And yeah, it's about 100 meters. I think 101 in 80 grams. Which is still way thicker than I want to spin. But I guess that's just learning. And that wasn't the only fuck up I made. I thought I would also set my Navajo ply, the little mini I did. And I can tell you, I forgot to add ties to that too. I feel so silly. But yeah, I'm not sure. This is just a little bit, so I can probably run through the garden, put it somewhere, fasten it at the door, and then go through my garden and see if I can get all the meters back. Just cut it somewhere at the beginning, because I know where the beginning is, because I had a little bit short. So here's the beginning. We will see. Otherwise, that's gonna go out to the garbage or something. Beginner's mistakes, right? We all have to make them. So that was all the spinning I think I did. There wasn't much. So, acquisitions time then. And let me start with this one. This cute little project bag. Actually, it's not that little. It's a beautiful bag. And this is made from the same fabric as they also make baby carriers, like the ring sling and the woven wraps. This is from the brand Nona Woven Wraps. And this is made by Jessica. And I won this prize in the Dutch spinning group. They also had a Tour de Fleece competition. And yeah, you could just show your work. And she donated this prize, which is awesome. You were drawn with a number, and the first one could pick from the whole list first, and then the second one, and then the third one. I was number 9, and I really didn't understand why this one was still there. But hey, apparently it had my name on it. It's beautiful made, so thank you, Jessica, for that. And I think she lives in The Hague or Rotterdam. Was it that? I'm not sure, but her website is aprilsehaas.nl. I will put that in the show notes. And she also teaches spinning lessons, and she also makes needle binding sets, like this beautiful needle she added. She made this herself from wood. And a beautiful button. And this one. And I know the Dutch word you could use it for, because my mom did that, frivolité. And I know I saw the English word a little while back, but I have to look it up. I will put it down here if I know what it was again. Oh, and the wood feels just amazing. I'm not sure how she does it. Probably don't even want to know how she does it, because that would mean I want to do something new also. And it's good that I can just buy things sometimes and just leave it like that. Also, there were some nice Rolex in here. Yellow and pink. Really lovely. Which I will try out with a new spindle. Oh, and there were also some robot stitch marker thingies in here, which I have already put away. And she also has here a needle binding reconstructed how-to for a special stitch, which is really awesome. And the best thing of this bag is also you can use it inside and outside, because the other side is also very pretty and also has pockets. Let me show you. It goes like this. And now I can use it this way around. It's really, really pretty. And these pockets are also coming handy. So that was my Tour de Fleece prize. Yay! Next one is something my mother-in-law gave me because she was cleaning up the house. I got this amazing pack of fat quarters of fabric, and these are just all totally my colors. And look at this one, right in time for autumn and Halloween. So only thing now is get back to the sewing machine. So it's going better a bit with my pelvis problems, but I haven't dared to try sitting at the sewing machine yet, because you sit that long and I have to do it in baby steps. I have to get up every 15 minutes, walk around, do other things, and then get back at sewing. And that means that making a project bag would take me like 2 days. I'm not sure if I want that. So maybe I will just do it in steps and do some steps of the same steps in different bags in one day, and then the next day I do the next step. And I'm not sure. I will see. But I am sure I want to get back into sewing, because I also ordered some fabric. Don't tell my husband. I couldn't leave this one, which is the superhero TikTok Zonk Kaboom fabric. And the one I have been dying to buy for so long. I have some of the Firefly fabric finally. And this is such a beautiful panel. And I'm pretty anxious to cut it. But I'm happy the store already did that for me. I'll show you. Let me see, where is she? There she is. See? Nicely cut in half. Which means that it makes it easier for me to start cutting it. And I will split it up in panels and not cut through the girls and boys, of course. So, hello! You're here again. Yeah. Crazy mister. Next package was in this awesome packaging. And in here was even something more awesome. Stitch markers. Yes, I don't make them all myself. I also buy some. Because if there's a camera with bling bling in it, I have to get it. And there's a caravan. And sunglasses. So really summery vacation stitch markers made by Mara Maakt. And she occasionally sells these through Instagram. So if you want some, go check her out. Then the final bit of the acquisitions, a big ball of 300 grams BFL roving, which I will dye. And we'll have to see how that turns out. I want to use it for carding as well, because I also got some silk. This is some Tessa silk, because from what I understand at Mulberry Silk, the little thingies die because they boil them, and at Tessa Silk they are left alive, and so they can do it again and again and again, which is better for me, I think. Also, in that package, the package is from Crea, by the way, there was a 3D printed mini spindle, and I haven't tried it yet because I wanted to show you. It does need some sandpaper because it's a bit rough here and there, and it came in this little bag with a little bit of fluff to try, which is cool. So I will put it back in there. And you can take it with you everywhere you go. And also I got a lot of crimping, some glittery stuff, and I thought it would be Stellina or Angel Fire or anything, but it doesn't look that way, so I'm not sure if I can even use it with carding. Maybe for art beds or something, but I'm not sure if I'm into that. So we will just hide that in the box, and we will see what happens with that. I will put everything for the acquisitions aside now. And get out the big bag with all the prizes for you guys. Oh my god, this is just so much, and I even wrote it down in my show notes on a separate page, all the prizes, so I wouldn't forget anything like last time. And let me start with this one. This is for the Colourful Creativity Podcast winner. Yeah, by Sarah's Texture Crafts, whom you can find at sarahstexturecrafts.com. You can win a Luxe sock in the colorway Passion, and Luxe sock is a 80% superwash merino, 10% nylon and 10% cashmere, so a MCN pair of socks. So thank you very much, Tara, for donating this. And if that wasn't even enough, she also has a coupon code for everyone watching, which gives you 10% off until the end of September, the 30th. And the code for that, the coupon code, is Colourful Creativity, all capital letters and one word. So, this time I didn't forget. And yeah, awesome prize to win, I think. Next prize is donated by the lovely Undercover Otter. And she donated not one prize, or actually one grand prize, which is, I could have left it unwrapped of course, a beautiful maple wood spindle and a big battle bat in Toxie and Screaming Satsuma. So, Toxie, Screaming Satsuma, for you, together with an explanation on how to spin and use the spindle. And as if that wasn't enough, there was another prize by her, which I am looking up in the big bag, and that is a needle nest with beautiful watermelon fabric, which is really, really cool. And you can find Undercover Otter at undercoverotter.com. So that's the third prize already. Then there are a lot of other things in this bag. But first, let me get to my list, because there are also some patterns which I cannot show you now. Because I don't have the patterns. There is Nether's Knits, who donated the Eiffel cowl, one copy of it. And Nether's Knits is Natalie, who also has the Nether's Knits podcast. Then there is a shawl pattern by Yarn Poetry, who is Sarah. And you can pick your design. She has a beautiful lace shawl pattern in her shop at the moment, and she's working on the pattern, of course, of the test knit I did of this one, and you can pick which of the two you would like. And third pattern is also a shawl, and it's by Regina from the Habsburg Regina podcast. It's the Lisa's Garden shawl. Thank you very much for letting me give away one of those. And if you haven't seen that shawl, then you can have a look in the in my projects in Ravelry. I have test knitted it for her, and I of course will insert a link in the show notes where you can see it. So that were those prizes. Then I have also some prizes, and there's a lot in this bag, so I will first get this one. This is a one of a kind, which means it's the first try I did, and I learned a lot, and it just isn't exactly what I wanted. But that's not true. It's a really pretty skein of no rainbows without rain. And normally I use the first one myself to knit up a sample. But this time I thought I would give it away. It's a colorful sock, 75% wool and 25% nylon. And here you can see there is a full rainbow in here with a darker gray. And there is a little rainbow stitch marker with that, of course. What else can you put on there? So that's one prize. Then the next prize is this package of GB wolle, and it is a sock yarn set of 2 balls of sock yarn, and 5, is it 4 or 5? 1, 2, 3. Oh god. I think it's 5 DPNs. And also on the back of this paper is a pattern. It is in German, but I guess you can find a beautiful sock pattern yourself for this as well. And this is color number 5, which means it will knit up like this one. So that's also a prize. Then I have, let me see, sneak peek of the next one. And I forgot this one, the Wheel magazine, which is going with the spindle and the Bat by Undercover Otter. There is a set of tea and cupcake. This side is much better, I think. A cupcake to celebrate. And there is a teacup and a tea bag and a teapot on here. Gotta believe me. That will be one prize. I also have the Filati Kids magazine by Lana Grossa for you as a prize. In here are pretty kids patterns. Well, since I don't have children and the children I knit for are not this big yet, I thought I would give it away. And then there's only one thing left, which is this Malabrigo worsted in, what was it, Colorinche? And that comes with this bag of Made by Bear. I knit so I don't kill people, which is a really, really good thing. Knitting needles are sharp, so people watch it. So now you probably want to know how you can win this. And I've been thinking about it. Let me take a sip of water because I've been chatting too long. I thought first maybe with comments on YouTube, but that would mean I don't have any way to contact you, or you would have to put your email address online, just out in the open, and I don't like to do that, so I sure as hell won't let you do that. I saw that with some beauty bloggers, and there were like 1,000 of email addresses just out in the open for spammers to harvest, and I thought, no, that's not gonna happen. So I'm asking you to leave a comment on my blog below the show notes, and that means you have to fill in your email address, but only I can see it, nobody else can. Or leave a comment in the Ravelry thread, because those are the places in case of something I can contact you. And I think that would be the best option. I hope you all agree. If not, I'm sorry. It's my giveaway. And yeah, I think that's nice. Well, you can find the blog in the show notes at blog.carolien.nl, and you will find the thread at podiversary giveaway in the Ravelry group, the Colourful Creativity group. And you can also find the links to those in the down bar here on YouTube and go there directly. And of course, I would love it if you subscribed to my podcast, but I cannot check if you are. So yeah, I would love to have more subscribers and everyone coming back every time, but I will not say that's mandatory because I can't check it anyways. You can just put your profile on secret and nobody knows which channels you're subscribed on. So yes, that was it what have I done further? I went to the museum in Leeuwarden in Friesland. It's all in the north of the Netherlands. I met my friend there, Iris, and I showed her how to knit socks. And she's actually knitting her first baby sock at the moment, which I'm really, really proud of her that she's finally doing it, and I think she's already addicted. Yay! She also wants to knit the cowl, and I'll be sending her a needle for that very, very soon. I have to order them because I was out, and yeah, I'm really happy she's enjoying the knitting. We went to the museum in Leeuwarden, the Fries Museum. The Fries Museum, yeah. And that was nice. Well, it was a museum and I'm just like, okay, seen it, bye. There was a big show about knitting. Well, I thought it was big, or at least bigger than it was. There were some people knitting there, that was nice. The knitting in the cafe there was also very nice and not really strange, so knitting in public was normal there, which is awesome. And also there was an exhibition, I mean, and it was about dyeing, natural dyeing, and yarn, or actually fiber and felting. And I have made a clip in that room because the knitting exhibition was pretty crowded and there were so many people that I couldn't get a clear shot of anything. And in the upper area where we were for that felting and dyeing exhibition, it was just so nice and quiet that I could get my camera and walk around very slowly and take a few shots there. So I will add that in the end of this video. And no cat clips, but well, you saw Binx, and I'm cutting Leia's scratching in the litter box out. Yeah, I guess that is it for today. You will have until the 31st of August to put your comments in for the giveaway, and I will announce the winners in the next episode, which is episode 27, which will be a really, really nice one, because I can give away all the things and I just like to give away stuff. And yeah, see you back in 2 weeks. Bye bye. Oh, me back again. Sorry, I forgot some things. I forgot to show you what I made for the shop. I have dyed some minis. Meow. Yes, I forgot something. Here he is. I forgot you. Yes, hello. I forgot to show these. I have dyed some minis in a blue, purple, orange, and in a green, yellow, and red. Actually, every time I get stuck and don't know what to dye, there sometimes pops a song in my head like red, gold, and green, red, gold, and green. So then I dye things with green, yellow, and red. But that's not the only thing. I also made some new stitch markers and I put them away safely up here. There is a rainbow set of Scullies. Ow, 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 ow. Binx, you cannot slide for my leg with your nails. Ow. You push. Yes, you cannot go anywhere. No, you cannot. We will show this. People see them. So, here they are. Skulls in rainbow colors, and of course there's a rainbow stitch marker with that as well. Here it is. It doesn't get easier with you. And then I have, for the Super Mario fan, I'll come a bit closer because that's just easier. Come on, focus. I have these magic mushrooms and a Mario with that. And the photos on Etsy will be better. So, Binx gone. And I guess I'm really done now. Sorry. Yeah. So, again, bye bye. See you in 2 weeks.